Hello children, good morning to you all. Yesterday we have done with tenses, three types of tenses and formation of the past tense and future tense. And today one more topic on verbs, tenses I am going to take. Understand one more topic on verbs, that is singular verbs and plural verbs. I am going to take singular verbs and plural verbs. And in connection with singular verbs and plural verbs, I am going to talk about one more topic. Okay, singular verbs and plural verbs. You see, with the singular noun we have to use singular verb. With plural noun we have to use plural verb. Understand? In this connection, before going to start with this, before that I would like to do with one more topic, that is nouns, persons and verbs. Persons and verbs. What is this persons and verbs? Person means not a person named man, woman, children, like that. In grammar we have three types of persons to use with the verbs. Understand? In place of subject we use three forms of persons. That is first person, second person and third person. What is this first person, second person, third person? Is now my point. What is first person, second person and third person is my point now. First person is one who speaks is first person. Suppose now our class is going on. I am speaking to you, means I am teaching you. It is kind of speaking only. And you are listening to me. Right? Understand? And about what we speak is also, whether it is a thing, whether it is any animal, whether it is human beings, whatever it is, we call it person in grammar form. Understand? The word which comes in subject place, whether it is a noun or pronoun, whether it is a human being's name or animal or anything, etc. Whatever comes we call it person. We call it person, right? First person, second person and third person. And what form of verb we use with first person's place, second person's place, third person's place is our topic today. First person is the one who speaks and second person is one who listens. Understand? And third person is about what we speak. It can be a human being about whom we speak, or about what, anything, any animal, any topic we talk, that comes under third person. I am speaking to you now. I am first person. You are listening to me and you are second person. And about what we are speaking, suppose now I am speaking to you, I am teaching you and you are listening to my teaching. I am teaching you, I am a first person. You are listening, you are second person. About what I am talking about persons and verbs in English grammar. This topic comes under third person's place. Got what I said? It is not necessarily it can be a human being or an animal. It can be any topic. About what we speak is third person. Who speaks? First person. The one who listens is second person. And about what we speak, is third person. Understand? And first person, second person take part in conversation, whereas third person cannot. He is absent in our conversation, in our activity. He may be present or he may not be present, or it can be seen or it cannot be seen, but we talk about it or about him or her, then it is third person. Got what I say? So here next point is, now is it clear? First person is one who speaks. Second person is one who listens. Third person is about who we speak. About whom we speak. About what we speak. Is third person's place. So, the subjects we use in first person's place is I or we. In second person's place, you. Third person's place, he, she, it, any singular form of noun, singular noun like boy, pen, house, cat, etc. Whatever you take, singular form. Then, okay, any name, Praveen, Rohit, etc. Any single name. Understand? These all come under third person. Then, first person is one who speaks. I speak, we speak. Second person, you listen. You can be both singular and plural. You can be both singular or plural. You are a very good boy. You all are doing well in my subject. I can use you for singular and I can use you for plural form also. He, third person place. Pronouns in place of noun. Rohit is a good boy. He stands first in the class. My house is very big. It is in Nallakunta. In this way, we use he, she, it or any singular noun forms in subject's place. They come under third person. Okay. And now about the verbs. How the verbs can be used with the first person's place, second person's place or third person's place is our point. Understand? I need your book. So first let us speak about helping verbs. First let us talk about helping verbs. With I, we use am, be form. With we use are, be form. I am hungry now. Helping verb. Without two helping verbs, our sentences cannot be complete, I told you. We are waiting for the bus. We, plural. Okay. Second person, whether it is singular or plural, we have to use are. And in past tense form, was. Past tense form, were. Understand? In singular form, I am hungry. In past tense form, I was hungry. For plural, we are waiting for the bus. Yesterday we were waiting for the bus. Now for second person place, you are or you were. Whether it is singular or plural, no matter, but you are using are in present tense form, be form, were in past tense form. I am talking about be form of verbs. Third, he is singular. In singular form, first person, third person. is. For present tense, present tense form is. For past tense was. In plural, we use be form. Was for singular, were for plural. Were for plural. Understand? And in third person place, I am talking about singular he, she, it, any person's name. But we even have one plural form, that is they. They is a third person plural form. They is third person plural form. So, when we use they, we use only plural form of verb. They are waiting for the bus. They are very good people. They were in the need of money. They were very kind people. In that way, are where we are using. This is all about be form. Singular verb and plural verb. Then, coming to main verb. Main verb. Here you have to take care. Main verb, singular or plural? Or plural. How to use main verb in singular or plural form? This all happens only with present tense form. In past tense, for singular, plural, any type, we will have the same word, past tense form. That's it. Okay. With main verb, for example, in singular form and plural form. If the noun is singular, if singular noun is how? You must use singular verb. And plural noun you have? You use plural verb. And how can we understand whether we are rightly using the plural verbs or not? How can we understand whether we are using correctly the plural verb or singular verb? According to the subject. If the subject is singular noun, we use singular verb. How to make out? See children, one thing we learn here in the singular and plural forms with the nouns. If you do not add s to the noun, it is singular. When you add s to the noun, it becomes plural. But in case of verb, it is different. When you add s to the verb, it becomes singular. When you do not add s, it becomes plural. Or it can be used with the help of based on the person. If it is first person, main verb only, V1 form we have to use. I like sweets. And this I is called personal pronoun. This I is called personal pronoun. So, when first person, I. And whenever you are using first person, you are using the V1 form, original root form. Understand? Second person also, V1 form. You tell me truth. You tell me the truth. Okay. Here also we use the original form, V1 form. When it comes to third person's place, we are adding s to V1 form to make its singular form. Got? Understand? Here, first person with I, we use root form. With you, we use root form. When it comes to third person place, singular form. Third person, singular form. Third person, singular form. We add V1 S to V1. For example, he writes well. She sings a song. She sings a song. The bird flies high. Radha lives in a big house. In this way, here he or she becomes, you are adding s to the main verb. When you are using he, she or it or any singular form of noun, here you are using s with the verb. Radha sings, he rides, bird flies. Understand? The baker bakes bread, etc. When it is plural noun, one small trick. In third person's place, when you are using plural form, third person place. Understand? Boys play cricket. You are talking about boys. Boys are not taking part in our conversation. I say boys play cricket and you listen to it. So boys are not taking part in our conversation. Here, Radha and Rani stay together. Okay. People talk about rains. In this way, Radha and Rani, two people, plural. Boys, many, s is there with the verb. And people is also plural form. In this case, what we do, we use only the root form of verb. V1 form of the verb, everywhere you observe. We use only V1 form of verb everywhere. So, when the noun is plural, verb also will be plural. When the noun is singular, verb also will be singular. When you take into consideration it, when you are using the third person's place. When you are taking the third person's place, then you have to take this care. For example, Radha sings a song. The bird builds its nest. The bird builds its nest. People talk about rains. Rani and Rama read. The lesson. In this way, when it is plural form of third person's place or singular, look here, Radha sings a song, bird builds nest, S is added here. Understand? People talk, plural, Rani and Radha read. Here what you observe, when we are using singular form of subject, we are using singular verb. When we are using plural form of verb, we have to use plural verb. How can we make out? One in third person's place, when we add s to the main verb, it becomes its singular form. When plural is there, we don't need to add s to the verb. When it is plural, we don't need to add s to the verb. Understand? So, in this way, if s is with the noun, if the noun is singular, we should add s to the verb only in present tense form. If the noun is plural, people, Radha and Rani, Rani and Rama, in this, you don't need to add plural to the verb, s to the verb. And one more thing you learn is, if you add s to the verb, it is singular. In case of noun, if you add s to the noun, it is plural. And in case of third person's place noun form, if you add s to the verb, it is singular form. Understand? And next thing is about helping verbs. Once again, I want to explain singular and plural. Singular, plural. First, she is a good girl. Present tense. Okay. She was waiting for the bus. Here it is past tense. In singular or plural or singular. Okay. This is singular sentence and this is plural sentence. In plural form sentences, we are happy today. Plural. It is plural. Present tense. Okay. We are happy today. This is singular in past tense, singular in present tense. It is plural in present tense. We were excited to see something or whatever. It is plural in past tense form. Okay. Same way, she has a car. We have new books. This has and has singular. Has is singular. Have is plural. Has singular and have is plural. Has singular, have is plural. And in past tense, she had a car. We had new books. In this way, had stands for past tense form for both singular and plural. Understand? In this way, we can make out the verbs, how to use verbs for singular in present tense, verbs in plural. Understand? In this way, it is the way we have to make out our way of using the tenses in our sentences. As we have singular and plurals, as we use singular form of nouns and plural form of nouns, same way we use singular verbs and plural verbs. What's the difference here we find with the third person, especially in the present tense form? When you have s with the noun, don't add s to the word. When you don't have s with the noun, you have to add s with the verb, provided the noun should be singular. When you have singular form of noun, using present tense form, you are using s with it. When you are using I, we, you don't use s. When you are using s, he, she, it, or any single person's name, you are using s with it. Understand? She writes, he writes, they write, in this way. Okay? This is all for today. Based on this topic, I am going to give you notes.